We do this to ourselves.
Yeah, fucking like eating like right
before
we record.
And then everybody has to deal with our bleh,
Yeah.
bleh,
all of our
gross
all
ass
of our
noises.
gross noises. I mean, to be fair, I mean, it's not nearly as gross as like us actually like chewing the food.
Like you recorded that little sample.
Well, yeah, just because I was curious. I was like, you know what, let's just hear how it sounds. And then I like get like 5 seconds in, I'm like, nope, that's not going in. That can't go in.
That'd
sounds
be
disgusting.
ultra disgusto.
I mean, like I was saying earlier, I mean, obviously they exist, but I don't really know of any food podcasts, so I don't know for sure if on them they actually like eat the food or they just talk about it. But oh yeah, God,
that's what mukbang is.
Well, yeah, but I mean, those are just the mukbang like videos. But like, I just mean like,
I'm sure they have mukbang podcasts.
Oh God, I mean, yeah, literally.
They have everything.
They have a podcast for everything because I mean, it's just we're at the point now where like everybody and their dog has a fucking podcast. So I mean, it is what it is. But still get the gross swallowing noises though.
That's never gonna stop.
Let me take one drink.
Mm-hmm.
Get the throat and the lips nice and wet. Ready for the intro?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Music Chronicles podcast. I'm your host, Angelo Sarmiento, joined once again by my co-host, Shane Holmunez. How's it going, man?
Good. Is the clap necessary every time?
What do you mean?
You don't even know you do it.
What? Oh, yeah. Whenever I guess I do that, don't I? I
said do.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I mean, no, but I
guess
I
love it. I just wanted to call you out on it. That's all.
I don't know. It just feels right.
It does.
Because I also have to like clear my throat as well, just to make sure that I don't, just sound like a gargling mess when I actually speak. But
no, I like the clap. We keep it in.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just used to it at this point, so I'm sure I'll keep doing it.
It's funny. No, it's good. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah,
at my place, normal.
Like normal, yeah. Because this is, at least for the time being, this is where we will be doing, pretty much all the podcasts until we.
Yeah. What happened to your hand?
Somewhere, huh?
You got a cut on your hand. What happened?
Oh, I don't know what I did. I always end up with random cuts and bruises like at work, and I don't know how I got them. I just know that it wasn't there this morning.
You got like a douchebag ghost at work that's just cutting you all the time?
I mean, I guess so. And it's weird. Consistently, I've gotten a bruise on this side of my right arm. Like it's happened twice now, which I mean, you know what they say? It's like, twice is a... Well, what is it? Like twice is a coincidence, three's a pattern or something. So I guess it just needs to happen one more time just for it to be a sure thing. But it's happened both times. Like,
I see another cut on your arm too.
Well, yeah, the bruise is in there now, but like twice now I've had a big bruise, like about yay big here before.
You okay, buddy? You want to talk about it?
No.
You got...
No, I mean just just random bullshit.
It's
I guess.
Good.
My hands are dry. Too, because the cold weather, that probably has something to do with it. You can get cut more easily.
I don't have any idea. I don't ever check the how moist my skin is usually.
I mean, you don't feel it, or
not really?
Not really.
No, maybe I'm just acclimated to this.
Maybe
weather.
Maybe it's just. I mean, not to bring race in this. Maybe it's just a white person thing. I don't know.
Could be.
I mean, I am half white, but
Colin gets really ashy though.
Yeah. Oh, does he really?
Well, that's what he says.
Yeah, I do too. I'm getting pretty ashy right now, honestly.
I mean, I don't know. He's claimed that. He told me he has a couple stories about it or something. He's told me about.
I mean, everybody does to some degree. It's funny. There's actually like a Bill Burr bit about it.
Yes, I love it.
Yeah, because I mean, his wife is black, and she like can very clearly like you can see like when somebody with darker skin like gets ashy and like their skin's dry. So like you know usually you gotta just moisturize really well, and Bill Burr is just like thinking of I'm white, I don't get ashy, and she was like, you want to bet? And then she like just lightly scratches his arm, and he just sees all the dust pop up.
Powder.
He's just like, oh wow.
Yeah. I don't know. Let me just no.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Oh well. Enough about our ashiness.
Yeah, man. We just got done doing a video for Instagram.
Yeah, we did.
You came by a little earlier. That way you could help me get lighting and everything set up for it. Yeah, our good friends Welburn Road have an awesome song. It's called "Bury Your Burden," and I just really got into it. I really like the song. Me and Tyler were talking about it and like where it came from, and yeah, I fell in love with the song, and I was like, man, I have to learn it.
Yeah.
And so I was like, well, why don't I just make a cover of it and throw it out on the internet and see what happens with it? I mean, it's definitely mutual, benefit for both bands.
Yeah.
At least I think. And yeah, I mean, it was super fun. I've been playing that song for a couple of weeks now, and I felt, you know what? Now's the time. And when did I call you? Monday?
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, because I was like, oh, we can record it tomorrow if you're not busy. And you're like, oh, let's do it Wednesday.
Yeah.
So that worked out.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was really, you did a really good job with it, man. Seriously. I mean, it didn't, excuse me. It didn't really, it didn't take very long either. Like, once we got everything set up, I mean, obviously you've been, rehearsing it. So, I mean,
Right.
you already, like, fucking had the song, but it took, like, maybe, like, I think 3 or 4, like, serious takes until we had our video.
Yeah.
And it's funny because, I mean, we were literally just talking about this a few minutes ago, but we were just like, oh, we'll, like we said, they're like, oh, we'll do, like, another one for safety. We never got around to doing the safety one. We were after, like, talking about, like, the good take, like, after, like, a couple minutes, we were just like, yeah, let's fucking throw it up there.
Well,
that was great.
We're all our own worst critics. And
Yeah, of
so
course.
I only see, like, all the things I felt like I could have done better on it.
Yeah.
But
That's the thing.
Timing was pretty good. I felt really good about that, especially with the solo, because I used Moises, right? That's what it's called.
Yeah.
And I was able to take Tyler's guitar part out of it. Though I did have a little bit in there just to keep me kind of on track, just like way in the background, especially because I tried it. I practiced, before you got here and all that stuff. I was rehearsing the song, and I tried it a few times with no guitar at all, and you know how Moises is, man. Like, it distorts a couple of things, and
like, it kind of sounds weird whenever you completely take an instrument out. Like, it does the exact same thing with any of them. Like with drums, like even on the videos that, like, I've posted, of me playing, like, a cover, like, I still kept the drums in there to some degree,
right.
And I feel like the pro version of it does clean it up a bit, but considering that you can't really use YouTube links like how you were able to, I mean, like, back when you could, I would say it's worth it. I don't think it's really that worth it now. Now that, like, it's so limited, but I mean,
I get that.
Yeah, but I mean, leaving a little bit in there, like, keeps it, like, tasteful and makes it, like, sound more like full.
It sounds like the song.
Yeah.
It didn't have like a bunch of weird compression that was kind of taking away from the song anymore.
Yeah.
And so, and also when I did it, that solo section that Tyler does is, it's all guitar at that point, basically. I mean, you have a little bit of bass and stuff like that, or whatever's going on at that point, but it's mostly guitar. And so Moises just takes all of it out.
Yeah.
Which means that I have to be perfectly on time
with
when they come back in with a drop.
Mm-hmm.
And I would hit it every once in a while when I was practicing it, but it wasn't consistent.
Mm-hmm.
I could get it like, I don't know, like 2 out of 5 times or 3 out of 5 times, which was not good enough for me. Like, I want to get it 5 out of 5 times and then feel, okay, I can do this now when we record it. So leaving that in helped me stay on time more than anything.
Yeah.
But, oh man, rehearsing that song, because Rusty just sent me the link. Well, I got up this morning and I had it in my email. So I was able to download it and do all the stuff then. But when I was rehearsing it, I was doing it off of their YouTube video. And I don't know what's going on with YouTube and why whenever I play, and I don't know if it's just my TV or anything like that, but whenever I play a song, and I've noticed it even with just normal videos, but whenever I back it up, like I'm like, oh, I need to hear that part again, or I need to, rehearse this little spot. Whenever I back it up and I hit play again, it's just quieter, way quieter.
What do you mean?
Like, so whenever I first hit play on the song, it's full volume, everything sounds full and great, and then I'm like, oh crap, I gotta go back and listen to that part again. I'll just rewind it a little bit and hit play, and it's like really muted and really, it sounds like there's a dramatic difference.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh, I haven't noticed that.
And it could just be my TV, I don't know, but that's how I was having to rehearse the song.
Yeah.
So I get all the way to the solo, and I'm mixed pretty well with my guitar to my TV, so that way I'm not overdoing it, but I can still hear what Tyler's doing, and I have to rewind it, and then I can't. It's like I'm drowning the video out.
Yeah.
So I would just have to restart it every time I messed up. So
that's really annoying. That sucks.
It really sucked. So it was really nice today whenever we were doing takes and I could actually rewind it off my phone.
Yeah.
And the quality would stay the same. It wouldn't just dip in volume. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's good that we didn't have to deal with that today. That would have been a bitch.
Yeah.
Because we did have to do some,
couple takes.
we did have to do some, rehearsal takes and all that. So
get the sound right and all that stuff, because we don't have a huge setup. We've got,
it's literally just, your living room. I mean,
it's my TV that we're playing the song off of, which is actually off of my phone.
Yeah, like you
It's
were
all
connecting
linked
your
up.
phone to it. Yeah.
And then then my amp, I just put it next to your phone while we recorded it, the video of it. So that's how we had to mix it. Well, okay, I got to turn the TV up a little bit more and then turn the amp down, and that's how we did all the audio. But it's pretty primitive in comparison to how don't drop that.
I know. Yeah. Right.
In comparison to how we could be doing it. I mean, there's all in. I'd like to spend the money one day and get a better setup. I was looking at that the other day. Actually, it might have been last night. Roland has this. It's called a Go mixer or Mixer Go or something like that. And it's literally, it's like this thing built for your phone.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it even comes as a stand for your phone. Sorry, we just ate. This always happens. Every time that we start a podcast, we're like, hey, we should get some food first. That's not going to turn bad for us later.
Exactly, yeah. And
the whole time we're like, ugh! Just horrible.
Belching and just making the grossest fucking
Sorry.
noises.
Is what it is. We got to eat. Anyways, but I saw this thing and I was like, okay.
ate afterwards.
No.
Yeah, no. I was feeling it too. I was
running on E.
Yeah.
But, I saw this thing and I was like, okay, well, that's interesting. But maybe I just didn't do enough research, but all the research I did do, it was for like phone models that were earlier than the ones we have.
Yeah.
And most of those have aux ports.
Yeah, damn, that's the thing.
And our phones don't anymore.
No.
And it makes it really hard to figure out how to hook up an external microphone, because if we can get an external microphone hooked up to our phones, sound quality is going to go way up.
Yeah.
Real quick.
I mean, like, I get why newer phones, like, don't have them. Like, I mean, with, like, technology, everybody, like, a lot of people's cars just have, like, Bluetooth speakers. I mean, my car does, but, it's like, anytime I'm in one of my friends' cars and they have, like, a fucking, like, aux port, it's like, oh, you can hook up your phone. It's like, wish I could. I can't.
Well, it's not just that. The thing that really pisses me off is they took out SD card slots.
Yeah.
Like, are you kidding me? Mm-hmm. You really you're going to force me to do the cloud?
Right,
like,
yeah.
And that was one of the draws for me to switch from iPhone to Android.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I can, like, expand my memory and all kinds of stuff and put in a cart, and then...
No, can't do it.
One phone later, after I switched... No, you can't do it
anymore. Yeah.
So stupid, man. I was so pissed.
Oh, technology.
Freaking money whores.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah.
But, yeah. No, it's... I'm glad that we were able to do this cover, man. And it's crazy to me because I've always been a Welburn Road fan first.
Yeah.
So, like, in my head, I was like, man, I'd love to fucking play like Tyler or... blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
And now, here we are. Like, I was able to pull off this song.
Yeah.
I feel good about it.
Well, it's cool. It's different because, I mean, obviously, just as musicians, you're gonna learn. You're gonna spend some time learning other people's songs, whether it's just for your own personal like, oh, I just feel like learning the song, or if you want to actually like perform it live or post a video of it on social media.
Right.
But obviously with those instances, most of the times it's just like, artists, you're like, you just really like, you're a fan of, which obviously, we are fans of Wellburn Road, but also we like know these guys, like they're friends. Like it's really funny, like just kind of like thinking about it that way. It's just like, oh wow, I'm doing my buddy Tyler's fucking guitar part right now.
Yeah. And it felt good because that's what it felt like. Like I felt like I could always message him and be like, hey bro, what's this part? Like,
yeah,
this is tricky, or this, what's the thinking behind this? And I actually had to do that at least once, I know, because there's that part right after dun 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 dun.
Yeah.
Where it's all a change up. I mean, I think Philip even goes to the ride, and he starts this like groovy little beat on the ride cymbal. It's cool, but it's chords that he's playing. I was like, dude, I'm never gonna be able to like exactly hear what he's doing.
Right. Yeah.
Because he's doing chords and then he's like strumming up using those same chords, and then I just had to message him.
I was like, hey, what is this?
Yeah, and I explained it to him, and he's like, oh yeah, I think I know what part you're talking about. And then he sent me a video, a little playthrough. I was like, man, that's so cool.
God, don't I wish I could fucking like, just with so many of my like drumming idols, just fucking like hey, what was like this fucking part,
right?
Like that'd be so cool.
I literally told him that. I was like, man, it's not often that you get to like message one of your favorite guitar players,
and
about their song,
and be like, hey, how do you play this?
Yeah, I mean, it was super cool.
Yeah,
and then it goes back to like, wow, we're actually taken seriously in our circuit. I say that probably every podcast, but it means so much to me.
Yeah,
that it's like, it's never gonna get old to me. And the fact that, I don't know how many people have, and I'm sure most musicians can relate, how many people have been like, oh, why don't you get like a real job? Blah, blah, blah. How long are you going to be doing this? Like,
right,
most musicians have had at least one or two instances in their lives where people just don't get it. They don't understand what music means to us and how it's not just a hobby.
Yeah.
It's part of our identity.
Yeah. Yeah, and even if it's not like as I mean, I don't want to use the term like aggressive, but I mean, like, for lack of a better term, even when it's not as aggressive as a question or a statement as that, like, oh, you should get a real job or something like even I find that happening to me with like, with coworkers that like, even when they're reacting positively to me saying like oh, I'm in a band, we have a show like this weekend, we have a gig and whatnot, like and they'll say like, something like, oh, that's really fun, and in my head I'm thinking like yeah, that is really fun, but in my head I'm also thinking just like, well, I'm not doing it just because it's fun, right?
Well, yeah, they just don't have the understanding. It's like, oh yeah, that's really fun, and in their head they're being very supportive.
Yeah, and they are, but like
as a musician,
yeah,
you're almost downgrading what we do in a sense. You're almost kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Just I guess downgrading. You're making it less than what it is.
Yeah, and obviously it's not intentional.
No, it's not intentional.
But
at all.
It's just it really just comes down to like,
minimizing the word is what I was looking for.
Yeah, because I mean, in the case of like, my coworkers, I mean, I do really, like, I love all my coworkers, but like, I don't really hang out with any of them like outside of work. So it's like they know work me.
Right.
Like they don't know like, me outside of work in my real life, and they don't really know like, how seriously, I take this, and this is like, my passion and whatnot. So it's just like, to them, this is like the fun thing that I do. Like, to them, it's like, it's like, oh, that's the fun thing that Angelo does like every other weekend, and sometimes he doesn't work Saturdays because he has a gig or whatever. But that's really fun. That's good for him. But like in reality, it's like, it's like,
Yeah, he gets to decompress from that. Blah,
yeah,
blah, blah.
it's just like,
No.
sure, but also, like I'm trying to get out of here and go do that full time.
They don't realize that you have a drum solo that you've been working on for the next show.
Exactly.
That you're thinking about. And you're
That
just
I've been
like,
thinking about, or like a new cover, or just whatever that I've been stressing about.
Speaking of new covers, I'm just going to go ahead and spoil it because I'm probably going to end up doing a guitar cover of it before we ever even play it live.
Sure.
We're going to be doing Children of the Grave. I'm super excited about that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, dude. That is... we weren't expecting it to be happening so quick, I don't think. We were just kind of at rehearsal. Was it last Monday? I can't remember.
Probably a couple Mondays ago.
Yeah, we were at rehearsal, and it was like the first time we've been at rehearsal in a long time where we didn't have a project we had to work on.
Well, yeah, because it was definitely one of the first rehearsals. Like, I don't know if it was the first rehearsal after Terror Fest, but it was one of the first ones.
I think it was.
Was it the first one?
Yeah, I think so, because that was like, we were like, okay, well, that's the rest of the shows for the year.
Yeah.
What do we do now? You know? And we were like, oh, we could write. We could, we just started throwing ideas out, work on old songs that we haven't touched in a while. Mm-hmm. Start looking at stuff for the second album, getting refreshed on that. And then we were like, well, we could do some covers. And, and this was right after Terror Fest, and I did a story, the picture with me and Vinny.
Yeah.
And I did Children of the Grave on that story, and I was like, oh, man, I forgot how great that song is.
Yeah.
And it was the live version, too. I was like, oh, man, Oz's voice is just so good, you know? And that's what kind of brought it back to the forefront of my mind. And so that was the first one I threw out, was like, hey, Children of the Grave. And it was kind of like, oh, yeah, we'll learn that eventually. But then I started playing it, and then Andrew was like, hey, where was that at? Where are you at on the neck? And, showed him where I was at. And
that's how it always starts.
And then it just spiraled and snowballed. And then all of a sudden we got through the song, basically, with a rough solo.
Yeah.
That same day.
Yeah.
And it's, it's not an extremely complicated song, but it has everything to do with, like, the magnitude that song carries throughout rock and metal history.
Yeah.
I mean, all we want to do is just show respect for these songs any song that we cover. It's a great segue into what we were talking about earlier with covers. I mean, who was it that did the Thunder Rolls originally?
Originally it was George Strait, I want to say.
Was it?
Let me double check that. I'm pretty sure it's George Strait.
I'm going to get crucified for that.
Right, yeah.
But I'm not a country listener, man. I just never really have been.
I mean, look, listen to our band. Do you think we
Yeah.
Do you think that, like, I mean I do listen to country music a little bit, like a little bit, but like it's forgive us, okay? Just like deal
few
with
and far between for me.
Yeah.
Zach Brown's probably one of my
Zach
favorites.
Brown's great. I really like Zach Brown.
Really great. And then I mean, if it's on and I recognize it.
Garth Brooks, not George Strait.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, see, I'm
You're
gonna
get crucified.
Yeah. Like, George Strait, how the
how could you say that?
That boy doesn't know them real music. It's like,
was it Wheeler Walker Jr. who did that?
Dude, oh my god, I would love to hear him do like a parody version of the Thunder Rolls, like rewrite all the lyrics and do something.
My God.
He'd do something amazing. I mean, yeah, but yeah, it's by Garth Brooks. Sorry, not George Strait. Just I knew it started with a G.
But there's two bands that I listen to that have done a cover of that. One is All That Remains.
Yeah,
and I think I've mentioned this before. I'm pretty familiar with that band, but they're one of those bands I really like, and so I automatically was like, I like this song.
Yeah,
I know it's gonna be great, and it is. It's a really great version of it. But then I heard a version of it by a band called Overseen. Oh man, dude.
Yeah,
they kill that song.
Yeah, I don't know if I've heard that version. I've heard the All That Remains version.
Dude, it is so good. They build it so well.
Yeah.
And they even add an extra verse at the end of the song.
Yeah, I think you were telling me about this the last time. Yeah.
I mean, it's great.
I forget, like, what is the extra verse that they
basically
add?
The wife runs down the hallway and grabs a gun and looks in the mirror and is like, he's not going to cheat on me again.
Oh, yeah,
You know
I
what I
remember
mean?
that now. Yeah.
But it capped it off so well. You know, and that's the kind of stuff I really like for artists to not be afraid of, you know, going ahead and adding their own little spin to something.
Like, you're doing things like how they would do it. Yeah.
But it's all, you know, the idea behind it is to just keep it respectful. They're trying to pay homage to this awesome song.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't think it messed with the integrity of the song at all. Mm-hmm. I think it did nothing but help boost what the overall message was. I mean, of course, in the original song, and also I think in the one that All That Remains did, they implied, right, what the extra verse was.
Right, yeah.
And Overseen just came out and did it.
Yeah.
I was like, great.
Mm-hmm.
Thought it was awesome.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, and that's literally all we want to do with anything that, you know, any song that we cover. I mean, because, you know, you have to understand, it's like, you know, when we do these covers, we're going to be playing them like in front of people.
Yeah.
And whenever we play a song that we know most of the people are going to recognize, we do want them to enjoy what we play and, like, you know, recognize, like, oh yeah, that's my, you know, that's my favorite song or whatever. That's awesome. But, like, if we change it too much,
right,
then it's gonna be like, well, why the fuck do they do it like that? Like, that's fucking lame.
Yeah,
but
they
also
bastardize
the song.
Yeah.
But also, you know, we have to do it in our own way enough to where we actually, like, have fun with it, because we're not the people that wrote it.
Right.
You know, it's just finding a good balance of, like, doing both.
Even the song I just did.
Yeah.
You know, the Welborn Road song. I still added my own type of squeals in there.
Yeah.
It's not all exactly the way Tyler plays it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it is, like, mostly there, but, like, you still add your own little, like, I don't know, just your own little, like, tendencies that you have on the guitar anyway, which is perfectly acceptable.
I will say
great.
that he did give me his blessing to do that, so it helped a lot.
Yeah.
He was like, "Hey man,
nice.
play it the way you play it," and I was like, "Okay, man, cool. As long as he's happy with it."
Yeah.
But you know that we just talked about this too. Gone Away. Mm-hmm. Gone Away, the Five Finger Death Punch cover from The Offspring. I'll be honest, I didn't know The Offspring's version of it before.
I didn't either.
Yeah, before I heard that song. So whenever I heard it was a cover, I was like, "What?" Actually, no, it was Robert, my brother-in-law.
Oh, he pointed that out to you?
Yeah, we were going somewhere. I think I was helping him move his couch.
Oh, okay.
Or something like
All
that.
right.
That big couch that they have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I drove into Houston and helped him pick it up from one of their friends or something like that. And we were riding in the car, and I think my playlist was playing or something, and that song came on. He goes, "Oh, whoa, this is a good cover." And I was like, "What?
The cover? What do you mean?
What do you mean?" He's like, "Oh, this is an Offspring song." I was like, "Whoa, cool." And then it's like magic. Boom. All of a sudden I start hearing it on the radio and stuff like that. Like, I was like, "Oh, I never heard it before." And it's a lot faster.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah, it's more, obviously, Offspring, definitely more punk kind of style, and, you know, yeah.
Yeah. But I thought that Five Finger did amazing.
Oh yeah, I love their cover of Gone Away.
That song makes me cry.
Yeah.
Straight up. No, it reminds me of my grandfather.
Yeah.
100%.
Okay.
Every time that song comes on. And then especially like when I'm rehearsing in the other room and I'm singing, you know, I'll sing that song sometimes, and sometimes it's hard for me to make it through it.
Yeah.
You know, it's so beautiful the way they did it. And Ivan's voice is just so velvet. It's just got so much power. And I mean, he's a huge influence on my vocals.
Oh yeah. I mean, you want to talk about like a, you know, really, I mean, just, oh, God, like, I don't even know like what the word is to describe. I mean, just like a, I mean, just a fucking fantastic fucking like metal vocalist. Like, holy shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Ivan Moody.
He's helped me cross a bunch of barriers when it came to my vocals that I had been stuck behind for a long time.
Yeah.
Mainly committing to a note, like, and finishing out the note with the same power that you started with.
Yeah.
It was a big problem of mine for a long time, and I still struggle with it every once in a while.
Sure.
But if I'm not like thinking about it, but like I'll start a note and I'll hit it real hard and it sounds great, and then by the end of the note, it's not that I couldn't hold it longer, it's that I just got lazy with it.
Right.
Ivan, I mean, listening to him and singing alongside him with some of the songs that, you know, they put out, I mean, really helped me hone a lot of that stuff in.
Yeah.
I mean, and another one, Surge. Surge was another one that helped me with a lot of that too. Surge
Really?
Stankin, yeah. Because he has just this brightness to his voice.
Yeah.
That makes it really easy for him to pronounce any word.
Yeah.
You know? And so if you can get the lows from Ivan,
yeah,
and some of those highs and some of that control from Surge, I mean, you start piecing together something that starts working.
Yeah.
But I mean, kind of going back to just, it's kind of off topic, but songs that really hit me. Man, See You on the Other Side.
Oh yeah.
Remember we started that one a while back.
Yeah, we did. We started to kind of like toy around with the idea of like doing a cover of that song by Ozzy.
It kind of fizzled out, but
the great song.
I love that song, man. That was one of the ones after Mom died that I was like, dang, like I couldn't listen to it for a long time. I'm now just getting to the point to where I can listen to it all the way through.
Yeah. I mean, hey, understandably, I get it.
Yeah. It is what it is. But, God, man. Yeah, Gone Away.
Yeah.
There's so many songs like that. Like, I didn't know Shout by Disturbed was a cover. Also, I was very young.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shout 2000 is so good.
Yeah. Real quick, I don't want to cut you off, but real quick, I just want to go back to Surge for a second. So I don't. I've been on a little bit of a System of a Down kick in like the past few days. That's mainly just because I randomly came across like a video of them playing Saturday Night Live of like back in like, you know, I don't know, back in like the early mid 2000s of like them, you know, playing live on there. And apparently on that live performance, they actually got banned from Saturday Night Live.
I'm not surprised.
So what happened is they played I mean, as far as I'm aware, they only played 2 songs that night, which is pretty typical for Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
Saturday Night Live, you only get like two spots to perform your songs. So they played Aerials and then they played BYOB. And so the thing is, for BYOB, you know, there's, you know, a lot of, you know, there's, you know, a bit of cursing in there, a bit of like, you know, F-bombs and stuff, and it's live TV. Right. And so I assume they prepared for this because whenever any F-bombs came up, they would like, boop, you know, just like mute the mics, like for the F-bombs, just like censor them, you know? And so the thing is, that, you know, one, it's a great live performance. Like whenever you get a second, like look it up. I mean, their energy is just fucking, even watching it on the video, like their energy and their stage presence is just so like, just like tangible and just so fucking like, like I get like hyped just watching a video of it.
I love it.
And you know, so obviously they were prepared for it, but like at the very end of the song, you know, I can't remember. I mean, literally I've been listening to the song the past couple of days and I can't remember how the fuck the song ends right now. I don't know why I'm like,
because you're on the spot.
Yeah, because I'm on the spot, right? But yeah, it's like, you know, right before like they hit this like big note at the end of BYOB, and you know, obviously they've been saying a lot of F-bombs this whole time, but I guess during the live performance, their guitarist just improvised a little like fuck you, just like into the mic, just screaming. And because that's not in the original song, they weren't prepared for it, and it went by completely uncensored, and for that they got banned. They've never been, they're not allowed back on Saturday Night Live.
That's so stupid.
Oh yeah, well, because it's live TV, it's like network television.
Yeah, but you should at least have a 7-second delay.
Yeah,
on your live TV for that kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and they weren't like prepared
that's on
for
them.
It. Yeah, apparently SNL is like pretty strict about like certain things that their music acts like can and can't do. And you know, I mean, there have been other artists that have been banned from SNL as well. Rage Against the Machine, what a fucking shock.
Can't imagine why.
Yeah, exactly. And like, yeah, but I was just watching a video of that the other day, and one, it's a great performance, but I got a good laugh at like all the F-bombs that were censored, and then that last one, just like him screaming his head off, like "fuck you," and then it fades out.
I'm gonna have to check that out. That's funny.
It's great. I got it saved on my phone. I came across it on TikTok, and it was quite enjoyable.
That's good. Yeah. No, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
No, I haven't taken it's been a while since I've actually sat down and listened to a good old System of a Down album.
Yeah.
Like Toxicity is probably my top.
Yeah, I mean, album. To be completely honest, it's probably the only one I've listened to all the way through by them. But I've just been going through just personal favorites of mine.
Yeah, they're great. You know, it's funny. Every time I think of System of a Down, I think of RuneScape.
Oh, really? Why is that?
That's one of those bands that I used to listen to when I played RuneScape a lot.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
It's like there's a Call of Duty game, Call of Duty World at War. Mm-hmm. Hands down, my favorite Call of Duty game. Mm-hmm. But the like original Godsmack album with like Keep Away on it and stuff like that. I think that's the one that has Bad Religion on it.
I think so. Yeah.
And Voodoo. Yeah, that 100% reminds me of that game. Every time I hear that album, I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to play Call of Duty now.
Yeah, I
so
get that.
Good. Yeah, no, music will bring back so many memories.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like, so quick.
Yeah. I have a lot of songs that I would like go back and forth on, like like back in like middle school, like junior high, like I was still riding the bus to school and there were just like some songs that would like just, you know, help me make it through that like really boring long, but I mean it wasn't really that long, but just it felt like, you know, a long bus ride, you know, like anytime I hear
it's because it's always stopping.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like anytime I hear the live version of Memory Remains by Metallica, the S&M version with the symphony and stuff, and
so good.
Subdivisions by Rush. Fucking love that song. Probably still my favorite Rush song. Well, yeah, real quick, going back to Memory Remains, it's funny because that version of the song is the only version of that song that I heard for the longest time. And then, you know, as I got older, I realized that like, oh wait, this is a live version. This clearly isn't the original version of the song. And it made me want to look up the original studio album version, and I just like...
It wasn't the same?
It's not. Just by comparison, because I got so used to the live version with the symphony, I was just like, oh, it's not as good. I don't really like it. Like, I want to like it, but I can't.
I heard a rumor. I could be wrong about this because it was a rumor, and you might have been the one to tell me this.
Rumor.
So I think it's that song where they had na da da da.
Yeah.
Da, da. Didn't they have like some old lady come with them, like on tour to do that with them?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if I've heard that. I've heard that like it was an old lady that did it in the recording. I don't know if they actually like brought her out like.
So like, but that part's true, huh?
I mean, I've heard that. I don't know if it's true, but I've heard that.
All right. Well, if you're listening to this podcast and
you're a Metallica historian,
you
or
know,
whatever,
you should let us know, because that's always a piece of trivia history that I've always heard but never been confirmed.
Yeah.
I've just never done the research myself, and I'm sure I could sit down right now and do it, but I'm not gonna.
I am too lazy.
My phone's right there.
Someone in the comments, do it for us,
please.
See, that's the thing, because we're not like, you know, we're not Joe Rogan level. We don't have
absolutely not.
We don't have a Jamie pull that up for us.
Right.
That'd be great.
Right. But yeah, I feel like I'd just be taking too long trying to figure it out. So I'm just gonna say, yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, sure.
Twice.
That happened. Or we're gonna say it happened.
God, man. There's like really deep, like embedded memories that I have of like old rap songs too. Mm-hmm. Like, what's that song? It's like, I wanna be a baller, shot caller, 20-inch blades on the Impala. You know that song?
I actually don't know that song now.
I think it's just called Balla.
Just Balla.
I don't know who
it sounds
it
right.
was. I just remember that there's like, we were going down my old road in Riverside, and I was in the back seat of my mom's car, and my sister was up front, and they were cranking that song. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay, yeah, this is cool.
This is neat.
But I remember that so vividly, and that is such a like unconsequential part of my life.
Yeah.
Like there's just no reason for me to remember that one specific spot
Yeah.
in time. And that's all I remember from it.
Yeah.
We were parked in a parking lot right next to the road too, and that song was just blasting. I also remember the first time that I heard Disturbed, and really like my mom, she was relentless when it came to music, man.
Yeah.
Like, because we would listen to this album, the Sickness album, all the way to Renaissance Festival and all the way back.
Nice.
Like, and we would go camping too. We would camp there for days.
Nice.
You know, and then we'd come back and it was the same album. But I remember on the way back, she just had it blasting. I mean, I don't know how those speakers held up.
Yeah.
In that little piece of shit car that she had. I don't get it. But I just little 8-year-old me in the back seat with the Sickness album just blasting.
Yeah.
You know, like The Game and Fear and all these freaky songs.
Yeah.
You know? And, you know, same thing with Rob Zombie and Hellbilly Deluxe.
Yeah.
I mean, all those songs were just like blasted in my head as loud as I could go. I was in the back seat with my hands over my ears just crying.
Yeah.
Because it was so loud.
Were you crying, no, mommy, don't do it again?
Right?
I'll be a good boy, I promise.
It was shit like that. And so I don't know how I gained a love for all that stuff.
Out of fear.
I had to,
Yeah.
or else I was going to die.
Yeah,
Also,
yeah,
I was hanging out
exactly.
with a lot of bikers at that time.
Well,
At
there you
8
go.
years old.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
as you do.
Yeah. as one does.
And then I was being tricked into eating bugs by them. Yeah. Douchebags.
Still bitter about it all these years later.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say so. They were made.
You're just like, I'm sorry, did you eat fucking bugs as a kid? Were
they
you
were-
forced to? I don't fucking think so. Yes, I'm still bitter about it.
They were mayflies. You know what that is?
No, actually, what
Here,
is it?
I'm gonna pull up a picture of a
Fuck
mayfly.
is a mayfly? No.
Yeah, I mean, luckily they look.
By the way you're saying it, I'm assuming it's a big ass fly.
Sort of. There it is. Bang.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they swarm the river, the Trinity River, because it was like all her friends lived on the
Yeah.
Trinity River, and yeah, you would see like there would be like a street lamp or something.
Yeah.
It was like the locust plague.
Yeah.
Like, it was insane how many of those things come out over by the river.
Sent the swarm, I sent the horde, thus serve the Lord.
Yeah, it was crazy. But it's funny to me, just kind of circling back, how music, just like smells, right, can trigger memories, really deep memories.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, if you guys have any memories of any, like, you know, songs or anything that sparks a memory for you, throw it in the comments.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear it.
Yeah, I'd love to. Do you like that? You like that nice little deep breath you were able to take?
Yeah, no, it's the Sonic drink that I'm drinking just makes my mouth all sticky.
Oh, what is this? A fucking like sponsored video? Sponsored by Sonic?
No,
This lovely Sonic Route 44.
No,
Route 44.
I will say this: they got my wife's order wrong. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, I'm not. We're not
Fuck
sponsored,
them.
but they got mine right.
Sorry, Sonic. We won't be accepting your money today. As if that was on the fucking table.
Maybe
Unlike what I ordered.
send us the right order. Maybe we can talk.
Yeah, maybe we'll talk.
We'll talk,
Maybe you send your people over to my people. We'll work something out.
and the people will be with people. you
Yeah,
know?
and then the people will be peoples, and then people's peoples.
Oh my gosh.
It's like the worst episode of The Sopranos ever.
Oh my gosh. Did you watch that show?
I started to a while back. I actually really enjoyed it. I just kind of, I don't know, I just fell off. Wasn't in the mood for it.
I never watched an episode of it.
I've
I've seen clips.
Yeah, I really love, I really love that kind of like genre of more specifically of movies than of shows. I mean, that you want to talk about, like, music unlocking memories, but also, I mean, that extends to obviously any form of art, really, like, including movies. Like I think of, like, mafia movies. I think of my dad, just because, like, he got me into all those kind of things.
Because your dad's in the mafia.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, no,
you're gonna get whacked with that kind of language.
Exactly right. Yeah. Yeah. No, but I mean, he introduced me to, like, Scarface, Goodfellas, The Godfather. Like, as soon as I was, like, old enough to where, like, my mom wouldn't get, like, too pissed at him for like, me watching that with him.
Yeah.
Then it was just like, oh, cool, now I can watch the good shit,
Yeah, right. You've passed to that point.
Yeah, exactly.
It was funny. We were at Terror Fest, and we just gotten done with our show, right? And we were, it was after the Legacy guys went up.
Mm-hmm.
It was after, like, David Ellefson and Vinny and all of them went up and played.
Mm-hmm.
We were tearing down our stuff on stage, right?
Yeah.
Like, we helped them unhook, and we got all of our stuff off. We were getting everything off stage, and I look over to your dad. He's sitting, like, front row.
Yeah.
And I look at him, I just, like, mouth, like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah.
And he looked at me, and he's like, what the fuck? Like, what just happened?
Yeah.
Is this real? Like, we just kind of had that little moment, like, connection. I was like,
yeah,
okay, we're all on the same page.
Mm-hmm.
Still trying to get over this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I talked to, good buddy of ours. He's a really great videographer, Derek.
Mm-hmm.
Talked to him, like, for an hour last night on the phone.
Yeah.
And him and I were just, like, talking about, because he was there at Terror Fest.
Yeah.
And we were just talking about how, like, wow, we're still trying to wake up from this fever dream,
right,
that we had of just, like, whoa. We both agreed, like, this is definitely one of the top moments that we've ever been to as far as a show. Probably something we can always look back on the rest of our lives.
Oh, yeah. No, for sure. I mean, we literally, we were not only in the same room as, like, these, like, fucking legends, but, like, we played on stage right before them, and then, like, they used our gear,
I can't even
like,
believe
afterwards, and we got to fucking meet them, and it was, like, just so, like, I mean, it's literally, like, a couple weeks later, and I'm still, like, fucking, my mind's still, like,
it's insane.
Not fully registering that actually happened.
Yeah. You have a signed head from Vinny.
I do. Yeah.
That's crazy.
And, I
do. On Friday, so in like 2 days,
yeah,
I'm going to be going to Concert Pub North to go see James Rivera and David Ellefson play.
Wait, when is that?
It's this Friday.
Oh, it's this Friday?
Yeah, in a couple days.
I don't know why I thought it was later.
No, man. No,
fuck.
We're going over there, and I'm gonna, go see them play again. I mean, it's insane, because we did an interview over there with Outlaw Dave.
Yeah,
man, that dude's great.
Oh yeah, shout out Outlaw Dave.
Yeah. Hopefully we send you 1 or 2 listeners over there, Outlaw Dave.
Yeah, really. I mean, as if you need the help.
As if we're going to help.
From our little fucking, like, nobody knows what this is podcast right now.
You know what? We
every little bit counts, though, right?
I think so.
Yeah, I would hope so. Fuck, damn. When you said the 30th, like, I was actually wanting to go with you to that. I don't think I can now. Fuck.
Yeah. It's the 30th.
Damn, I don't know why. I thought you meant like next month.
No.
Like, I thought you meant like fucking January 30th. Yeah.
No. You can't make it?
No, I'm working a fucking night shift. I can't do it. Fuck.
I'll be going.
Okay. Well, yeah. You have fun for me.
I'll have double the fun.
Yeah.
Especially that you're not going to be there.
Oh, okay.
Well, I have to. You're not going to be there.
Yeah.
So I have to have fun for both of us.
Yeah, of course.
You like that save?
No, because it's a fucking lie.
Not really.
It's a lie.
Not really. Actually, I have to have 3 times the fun, because you guys aren't. Nobody's gonna be there. It's just gonna be me.
Yeah, 4 times.
Paul might go.
Oh, okay.
Paul might go.
Here's that. Yeah. I hope you have a nice time with Paul.
Me too. No, it's cool. It's crazy to me that they're still in the area.
Yeah.
Like, I guess James, it doesn't make too much. It's not too hard to believe because he's from Houston.
Yeah.
But I mean, David Ellison, I think he lives in L.A.
Yeah, I mean, I'd imagine. I have no clue, but yeah.
I think no, when I was talking to him, I think that's what he was saying that he was out of. But
yeah. Turns out he lives in Huntsville.
he works at Aldi.
He works at. Jesus, that'd be funny.
You're just stocking shelves one day, and you're just
And then all of a sudden, it's
David
just
Ellison?
across the aisle, like, like David,
can't talk. I'm working.
like fucking.
I'm gonna get fired.
I'm gonna put these Clancy's chips in the wrong spot.
Clancy's.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah. No, I don't know what else to talk about. You got anything else?
Fucking something. I don't know.
Yeah, man, that's great.
Isn't that great content?
That's solid.
Isn't that great?
There's just not much that we're doing right now, and it feels crazy.
Yeah, because we're kind of on a bit of a break right now.
Yeah. I mean, Andrew's getting ready to go on vacation, which he's needed for a while. And we were talking with him once he gets back.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna do everything because we got 2 extra slots on the old interface there.
Yeah.
We want to get him on the podcast and pick his brain and just talk. He's super fun to talk with.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, he is. And, you know, honestly, it's well overdue because, I mean, he's the only one in the band that hasn't been on, which I don't really know how that's happened, but that's just kind of how it's happened. So, I mean, you know, but hey, now that we've got, you know, better gear, you know, and like we've got like, you know, hook up another mic. I mean, we can do it now. So, yeah.
I'm excited about, I think it's February 11th.
Okay.
Right?
What is?
Really?
I genuinely don't remember.
He got us tickets.
Is it the 11th? Oh, yeah. Is it the 11th? When the fuck is it?
It's either 11th or 13th. I think it's the 11th.
You sure it's in February?
It's February. Yeah. So he got us tickets. We're going to go see Black Label Society and Anthrax. And I think Exodus is going to be there.
Yeah. Exodus is the opening. Yeah. That was his Christmas gift to the whole band, which
It's
fucking thank you so much,
amazing.
by the way. Yeah.
I'm still
Andrew.
kind of like in disbelief with that. It's going to be, I think, one of the first just band outings we've ever done.
Yeah.
Like,
and it's
all 4 of us.
Yeah. And it's the first big concert I've been to, like, since COVID, honestly.
Really?
Yeah. Like, because literally the last big concert that I went to was, when the hell was it? It was February of 2020.
Whoa.
So it was like right before everything shut down. Like COVID was just like a thought in people's minds.
Yeah.
Like just entering like, oh, maybe there might be some problems, but like nobody was nobody was wearing masks at this time. Like it was still all in talks of just like maybe this could be a thing, but who knows?
Who was it that you saw?
I saw Periphery, and they had Pliny and Arch Echo as their openers.
I don't know those other 2 bands.
So they're both instrumental bands, you know. And Arch Echo is actually, I mean, I don't know if the whole band is. I think the whole band is actually based out of Houston, if I'm not mistaken. At least their drummer is. I don't know, but yeah, I got to meet their drummer briefly, but yeah, and then I got to meet Periphery's drummer for like a masterclass kind of thing that I signed up for, which was fucking amazing. Got to meet him, got to, you know, ask some questions, and it was really cool. He was a cool guy. Yeah.
I guess the last show that I went to was Polyphia.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. How long ago was that?
Oh man, I'd have to go through. It was for my birthday.
Yeah, that's right.
I want to say it was a couple days before my birthday.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying for the life of me to remember because they were a really great band.
Yeah.
But it was the first time that I'd heard, because there was actually an opener.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was just going to be them. It was the beginning of their tour. Yeah, it was at the House of Blues.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, that's where I saw Periphery as well.
yeah, dude,
I love the House of Blues.
I want to
dude.
play there so bad.
Right? Oh my gosh. Hey,
Oh, okay.
One of these days, man.
Here's the band. They're called Unprocessed.
Yeah.
And dude, I mean, it's like Polyphia,
But unprocessed.
but with a singer.
Okay.
I mean, same guitar style and everything. I mean, it's just a lot of tapping, a lot of
Cool.
it's I mean, if you were to just take the singing out, you'd be like, oh wow, what Polyphia song is this?
Right? Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, they're really good.
Yeah. I'm excited for that show though.
I feel
That's
like
gonna be
I think
freaking
they're
sick.
a German band.
Unprocessed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and I think that was their first show ever in the United States.
Really? Was it?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, so that was really awesome. And I think that was the first show, and I could be wrong about this, but I think it was the first show of that tour for Polyphia.
Nice. Cool.
Yeah. That was a hell of a birthday present.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and one thing, I'm so used to these smaller shows that we go to.
Mm-hmm.
Like usually the best place to stand is by the sound guy, right?
Yeah.
And so I didn't want to go up to the balcony
Yeah.
because I'm like, oh man, the sound's going to be shit there.
Yeah.
Dude, eventually it got way too crowded.
Yeah.
Like Jen and I were just getting crushed basically. Right?
Oh, yeah.
We gotta go upstairs. This
Yeah.
is insane.
We got to
So-
move.
So we did. And, if it was just me, that's one thing. But, my wife was there.
Yeah, of course. You want to make sure both y'all are having a good time.
Yeah. So, went upstairs and the sound quality was just as good.
Nice.
I was pleasantly surprised. I was
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh. Like,
Yeah. I haven't been up to the balcony there. Yeah.
yeah, I was super surprised.
Nice.
Because normally there's a huge, like, dramatic difference.
Yeah.
And no, it wasn't too different. I mean, maybe some low end was cut out just a little bit, but
Yeah.
not much.
Mm-hmm.
Not enough to where it, like, ruined the sound
Yeah.
or anything like that.
I mean, I don't know if maybe this place has gotten better, but have you ever seen a concert at the rodeo?
No, dude. I'm just getting into concerts.
Yeah.
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 I haven't been to too many places.
So honestly, I kind of forgot that I ever went to this. I don't remember how old I was. I was maybe like, I'm trying to think of I was a teenager. I was probably like, damn, I can't even really remember how old I was.
Bro, you could say you were 3 years old and I'm going to believe you.
Sure. Yeah, I was 3 years old. Sure. So, I was however old I was.
Right.
And years ago, like, I went with my family to, the Houston Livestock and Rodeo show.
Right.
And they were also holding a concert there. And it was like a few artists that I honestly really don't listen to at all, but because I was going with my family, it wasn't like,
Who was it?
so I'm trying to remember all who it was. I remember one artist in particular. So REO Speedwagon was there.
Okay.
That was one.
Nice.
And I believe they were the headliner. And
Wouldn't be surprised.
wouldn't be surprised, right? I'm trying to remember who the other artist was. Who the fuck was he?
It's all good.
I want to say it was like some sort of country rock kind of thing. It was like Miranda Lambert. Is that a fucking artist? I don't know.
That's an artist. I don't know why. I don't know why my mind, and I know he's not an artist, but my brain just went to Tim Allen.
Why?
I don't know. Just I don't know. It just popped in my head. I was thinking like country artists, and I was like, oh,
Tim
Home
Allen.
Home Improvement.
Buzz Lightyear. Santa Claus.
Yeah, you saw
Country
Santa
rock.
Claus live.
I
That's
saw
great.
Santa Claus live. No, no, but it was
So stupid.
Tim Allen. What
Stupid.
the fuck?
Stupid.
Yeah, but anyway, I saw REO Speedwagon there, and honestly, like, I just remember, like, the sound being like, even though I was a fucking teenager and my standards were like were not
Not there.
not there and not where they are now, but like I remember just thinking, I was like, why does this sound like dog shit? Because REO Speedwagon, it's like they're a good band. If you look up like videos of them live, it's like, no, they sound fucking great.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know what it was. Like, I just have very clear memories of just everything sounding fucking muffled as shit. And like not being able to understand a word the singer was saying the whole time. And I was just
How
like,
old were you? 3?
well, that yes, I was 3. No, that's the thing. I don't remember how the fuck. Like, I don't remember how
Were
old
you
I
somewhere
was.
like 13 to 16 maybe? Or were
think
you even
older.
younger? Oh, okay.
I think I was older. So like maybe 16 to 17.
Okay.
Something like that.
It couldn't be that you just had like ear pro in or something and you forgot about it and it was super muffled.
No. Like, I wasn't wearing any earplugs. Like, I think at one point I literally put my like fingers not like in my ears, but just kind of over my fucking earlobes
With the
or
little
whatever.
flap.
Yeah, the little ear flappy thing, and just did that.
Yeah.
And then I was like, wow, that actually kind of sounds better.
Yeah,
when I
it's
do that.
crazy.
Adding my own like muffling. It's like, oh wow, that actually made it sound clearer.
That's crazy to me because that happens all the time at these smaller shows that we
Yeah.
go to.
But it's at the fucking rodeo too, and I was just like, why does it sound like ass?
Yeah.
Like I don't know what they're doing. Like I don't know what's going on.
It's like the smaller shows that we do and we go to and we go to just watch sometimes. And I don't know. I've never talked to any bands about it, and I think all the bands get it. But I just don't want to like offend somebody that I'm putting earplugs in for their band to go up.
Yeah.
But most of the time, if we're not on stage, like I have earplugs in, not only to protect my hearing, but mostly because it makes the mix sound better.
Yeah.
I can pick things out and hear the guitar
Yeah.
player and hear the vocals and hear the drums and hear the bass guitar
Yeah.
much better when I actually do have earplugs in.
Yeah. I mean, if we're going to the kind of shows that we normally go to, I mean, I pretty much always have earplugs just because I try to, baby my ears as much as possible because I don't want to risk anything.
I've gotten to that point now. Well, I think I have straight up tinnitus. Like
Yeah.
I think it's now I'm past the point of like no return with some of this stuff.
Yeah.
But it's still slight enough to where I can completely ignore it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like super debilitating or anything like that. But whenever I'm going to sleep and I lay my head on the pillow and I don't have the like TV on or like the fan on, dude, it's loud.
Damn.
It sucks.
Damn, that sucks.
But it's not to the point to where I hear it when I'm talking. It doesn't affect my singing. There's a lot of singers out there that can ruin you.
Yeah.
Because you're trying to sing in a certain key that your voice wants to sing in, but you always have another note of
That's
tinnitus
constantly playing.
that you're having to battle against.
God, that would fucking
Yeah.
Jesus.
And
I
then,
can't even imagine.
And then the whole time you're singing and it feels like you're singing a wrong note or something because you're harmonizing. It's a wrong harmony with the tinnitus that you always have.
Yeah.
And that can ruin a lot of singers. So I've been trying to baby my ears a lot more too. I did a little late, I'll be honest, but that's another reason why, like if we're going up last, like if we're headlining a show, I got earbuds in, earplugs in the whole show leading up. For several reasons.
Yeah.
But it has nothing to do with the fact, oh man, I don't want to hear your stupid ass band.
Yeah.
I want to hear your stupid ass band.
I want to be able to pick things apart and actually hear what's going on.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to hear your stupid ass band.
I want to hear your stupid ass band.
But I've never talked about that like out loud. It's always been something I've thought about.
Yeah.
I just don't want other artists to think like, oh man, he's throwing in earplugs because he doesn't want to listen to our stuff or whatever it is, or it's not. He's not into it.
It makes it easier to hear what you're doing.
Yeah, and it saves my hearing.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
really,
I think most people get it,
and I think they
honestly.
do.
Yeah,
but
I do wonder that sometimes.
But it has really nothing to do with what you're doing on stage. It has everything to do with what the sound man's doing to the front of the house.
Yeah,
Front of house it sounds way different.
Yeah,
than what we'll get on stage and we hear the sound on stage and we're like, oh man, this is probably the shittiest show we've ever done. Blah,
yeah,
blah,
and
blah,
then
blah.
we'll watch videos later. I'm like, wow, that sounds pretty fucking good,
dude. We were on it. Like,
Yeah.
how did this happen?
Yeah.
You just kind of have to trust that this front of houses just sounds different.
Yeah, and that's something that comes with actually like being on stage and just being older, because I remember seeing I remember god damn it, fucking so sick of this cough. I swear
Die
to God.
already. Oh my gosh.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Love you too, bro.
Anytime.
No, but yeah, I mean, it just comes with just actually being on stage for yourself and
Actual experience.
actual experience. But I remember, I'm a big Beatles fan, and there's this iconic performance that the Beatles do called where they play at Shea Stadium, which is this place in I actually don't know where it is anymore. I don't know if it still exists, but anyway, it was this stadium that used to exist, Shea Stadium, where they played. It's like SHEA, I think, but it's pronounced Shea, I guess. But yeah, it's this iconic performance that they did in the 60s, back in their what I like to call their boy band heyday before they started doing drugs. Really, let's just be honest.
Is it in New York?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see it.
Does it still exist?
Looks. Oh, hang on. Oh no, it closed in 2008.
Oh, okay. Well,
At least the one that I looked at.
Okay. Well, yeah. But anyway,
I'm not Jamie, so I
yeah,
couldn't tell you.
exactly. There's this iconic performance that they did, and like I remember seeing interviews with the band and like talking about like people were screaming so loud and the sound equipment. This is back in the '60s, mind you. It's like the sound equipment wasn't very good, especially compared to today's standards. It's just like they literally could not hear each other on stage. Like to this day, they're like, I have no idea how we made it through that show because we couldn't hear jack shit. And as a kid, I'm like hearing that, I'm like, wait, how? You're right next to each other. But then now that I'm older, I'm like, oh, I get it now.
It's so different.
It's so different. It's like, it's like you just, I don't know.
Like, how can you be in that giant stadium with all this sound happening and you can't hear it?
Exactly. Yeah.
You're behind all the equipment that's putting it out.
Exactly.
You
Yeah.
know, it's just way, way, way different.
Yeah. And also, I mean, I don't know if you got a good look at like how big Shea Stadium was, not is, but like, I mean, it's a pretty fucking massive ass stadium. And believe me, I mean, they call it Beatlemania for a reason. They filled that motherfucker with a bunch of young, teenage girls that were screaming their asses off and just like,
And their shirts.
and their shirts, yeah. And it's just funny, like thinking about like how naive I was as a young child, like thinking it's like, but you're right next to each other, like can't you fucking? It's like, yeah, I'm right next to you guys, and half the time I can't hear you.
Terror Fest.
Yeah.
I heard 0% of Josue.
Yeah.
I heard none
Same.
of him.
Same.
Like
I barely heard your voice, barely. And I heard Andrew's bass like at the end of Omaha, thankfully right before we come back in. Otherwise I would have never come back in on time.
all I could hear was Andrew's bass, and I could hear a little bit of my vocals, and I cracked on a huge part.
How dare you?
I know. I cracked on a huge
Which part? Now I'm curious. I actually don't know.
I think it was in Slaughterhouse during the chorus. Just like a horrible crack.
Okay.
Of course, like in front of house, I'm sure they noticed it and all that stuff. But
Sure.
it's one of those things. Like there's no way I couldn't hear anything, dude. Like all my cues were gone.
Yeah.
And then I still watch that show and think, wow, how did we pull that out of our asses?
Yeah, I still don't know how we pulled that out.
Because it sounded good.
Yeah.
We actually sounded pretty good.
Yeah.
Other than not being able to hear much of Josue.
Yeah.
That's like the worst part of all of it. Is how low Josue was.
Yeah.
You can barely hear him if you listen. But he's there.
Yeah.
Just barely. And I love how, like all the legacy guys got up and they just said, unhook this. We're going to just crank the amps and we're going to let these carry the show.
Yeah.
And that's why their sound was so much better than all of ours and all the other bands.
Yeah.
Because they just went, no, we're just going to use the amps the way they were designed and crank these things, as much as we can.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes that's the way to go.
Can't beat old school sometimes, man.
No, definitely can't.
Sounds good.
But yeah, I mean, I think that, unless you got something else you want to talk about, I think that pretty much, wraps
How long
up
we been
this
going?
episode. Hour and 12.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had episodes that were shorter. I mean, granted that they were by myself, but
Yeah, I can't really think of anything else right off the top of my head. Today was there's just not much going on with us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And we didn't really have a plan coming into
No.
this. We were just like, oh, maybe we'll talk about, since we just posted a cover video, we'll talk about covers for a little bit. But I mean,
yeah. But yeah, other than that, I guess we can talk about plans. What do we got? We got a couple music video ideas that are kind of swimming around.
Yeah. So you may see a new music video from us, sometime in the near future.
Yeah. And I'm going to go ahead and plug PCFF, man. If you guys want to come out and come to an awesome film festival,
Yeah.
we do a show there every year
Yeah.
So far, we've been there for 3 years in a row. We're gonna be there again.
Yeah, in Huntsville, Texas, if you're around near that near that area, they do, we do a film festival every year, and we perform. So yeah.
It's an hour set, and it's super fun. I love it.
I do too.
It's 4 days, and I'm sure I'm gonna get crucified for not knowing the dates right off the bat. But it's like usually the last 2 days of February, first 2 days of March.
Yeah, whenever it's coming up, we'll make an official
Yeah.
announcement just to plug it, and it'll be on our social media pages as well. So I mean,
But
just go follow us and all that.
But yeah, I mean, if you guys want to come hang out with us for 4 days and see some awesome films and hang out with awesome people, it's a great way to network.
Yeah, because we'll be there like all 4 days. I mean, we're usually, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure it's been brought up before, but I mean, our manager and our producer Paul, it's his film festival, and we usually, we'll work it with him.
Yeah,
and
we help run it.
Yeah, so yeah.
And it was this year. This year, to bring up Welborn Road one more time, we actually had to leave one day early, so that way we could make it over to their video shoot for their music video that we did. That was super fun.
Oh, that was so fun. Yeah, they did a hey, going back to covers, full circle.
There you go.
But they did a cover of ZZ Top's
Beer Drinkers,
and Hellraisers, which great version of it, by the way. They did it like, you want to talk about like, totally making a song your own. It's like Welborn. It's like, it sounds like a Welborn Road song. It doesn't sound like the ZZ Top one anymore, but it's so good though.
And talk about one of my favorite nights, dude. We
was
partied
so
so hard with those dudes.
Yeah.
They're so fun to just hang out with. I
Yeah.
mean, even outside of just shows and stuff
Yeah.
like that. I mean, I know that it was still like a music thing that we were doing, but I mean, there was a lot of downtime. There was a lot of different shots happening with Hefe and all that stuff.
Yeah. Well, what's cool is the music video. The music video is literally us hanging out at, I forget whose house we were filming at.
It was one of their friends.
Oh, it wasn't one of theirs?
I don't think it was one of their.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, but anyway, we were filming at this person's house, and the music video is literally just, as the name implies, beer drinkers and Hellraisers, just raising hell at a party and just, drinking and stuff.
Yeah.
And the music video was a party, and the music video filming it was literally just a party.
Dude, it
Like
was.
everybody was just hanging out, just having some drinks, eating some food, just chilling, just talking shit, whatever.
What you see is what you get with that video.
Yeah, it's a fun time.
Very legitimately, what you see is what you get.
Yeah.
Because whenever the cameras weren't on us, we were in another room doing exactly what you saw the cameras doing.
Exactly, yeah. and if you look for us, like especially at the beginning, but also just whenever in the video where they're playing in the living room, like you can spot us in there if you look for us. But
or behind the bar.
Or behind the bar.
We were all crammed behind that bar,
and
dude.
just jumping up and down.
There was so much like alcohol just being thrown all over.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, dude, that was such a fun night.
Yeah, but here, shout out to our boys, Welborn Road. Go watch that video,
please.
Yeah, and and also go, since Shane just covered one of their songs, go check out the song "Bury Your Burden" as well as all of Welborn Road's music, because they're a really fucking great band and need all the love and appreciation that they can get.
Absolutely, support Texas metal.
Support Texas metal.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's probably what we'll sign off with then.
Yeah. So, that being said, we will see you guys on the next episode of the Music Chronicles podcast.
Hasta pasta.
Hasta pasta.